Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to the Hand Sports Talk Show. My name is Lou Tenor. We here until 6 o'clock when Rizal McGee takes over his fine show. You can catch him at 6 to 7 on Saturday nights, and Kevin Dixon Monday nights, and Monday nights 6 to 7, 6 to 8 rather. Football season. All right. So, of course, the number to call is 512-543-4662. Number again is 512-543-4662. And like I said, we'll be here till 6 o'clock. Don't forget, check us out on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in thesportshow.com and you'll hear the show in its entirety, even with the mistakes. All right, we got some callers here. All right, Steve Davidson. Steve Davidson, are you there? Okay. Steve Kent. Steve Kent, are you there? Nope. Diane, are you there? I don't know what's going on. Someone's trying to bug me. All right. And Steve Kent, are you there? Steve Kent? I guess he's not there. All right. All right, we'll check the standings right now. Starting with the NFL, beginning with this. In the NFC East, AFC East, Steve, in the AFC East, in the AFC, all right. So let's start off in the AFC East like this. The Bills are 10-2, the Dolphins are 5-7, the Jets are miserable 3-9, and the Patriots 3-10. Oh boy. To the north, the Steelers are 9-3, the Ravens are 8-5, the Bengals are 4-8, and the Browns are 3-9. Okay. To the south, the Texans are 8-5, the Colts are 6-7, Titans are 3-9, and the Jaguars are limited at 2-10. What a surprise that is! I mean, what have they done all season? Okay, in the West, the Chiefs are 11-1, the Chargers are 8-4, the Broncos are 8-5, and the Bears are 2-10. You gotta go. Who is doing this? Steve, Steve Kent, are you there? Diane, you're there, right? Diane, is anybody there? Steve Davidson, are you there? What's going on? Do I need to reconnect? Let me try something. All right, can anybody hear me now? Okay, 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 we're all here. I think I gotta use the phone, so we'll try it this way. All right. Can you all hear me though? Can you all hear me? All right. All right. Steve Kent, are you there? Okay, but you're on the all right. All right. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. All right. So anyway, continuing on with the standings here. Hang up the phone. I mean, Steelers are 9-3, Ravens are 8-5, Bengals are 4-8, and Browns are 3-9. The South, Texans are 8-5, Colts are 6-7, Titans are 3-9, Jaguars 2-10. Hang up. West, Chiefs are 11-1, Chargers 8-4, Broncos 8-5, Raiders 2-10. All right. NFC, Eagles 10-2, Commanders 8-6, Cowboys 5-7, Buccaneers 2-10. Sorry about that. The North, Lions 12-1, best season of their existence. The Vikings are 10-2, Packers 9-4, great game Thursday, and the Bears 4-8. Sorry, my brother. To the South, the Falcons 6. This division is pathetic. Falcons 6-6. The Bucks 6-6. The Saints 4-8. Awful. And the Panthers are 3-9. Worst division in the entire league. I'm sorry to say that, but it is horribly true. In the West, Seahawks 7-5, Cardinals 6-6, Rams 6-6, and the 49ers 5-7. But despite that, I'm not going to rule the Cowboys out yet. I know you're all thinking crazy, but I think if they can run the table here, I think they might have a chance of making the playoffs. Of course, it's a wild card seed, but that's what I say. I don't think they're legit just yet. Now, for those of you thinking crazy, okay, fine, but I do think they have a chance here. So, Steve, I'll start that with you. Do you think the Cowboys do have a chance? Right. Yeah. You had to go there? Okay. Right already. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Steve Ken, Steve, your thoughts. I know how much you hate the Cowboys. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Di, where's Mike, by the way? Oh, Greg. Yeah. Go ahead, Greg. Yeah. Right. 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 I'm gonna rule, guys. Yeah, Mike. Hold on. Yeah. No, I think somebody's gonna get. Remember, guys. We'll go over. Yeah. Yeah, Rudy. Yeah. I don't know about Alabama. That remains to be seen. We gotta wait and see what happens. Remember, the official release for all the bowl for the top 12 will be tomorrow. Uh, Alabama might get in, but I don't know. It's kind of a long shot. Yeah, in the top 12. Yeah. By the way, we forgot also our calendar events. We got the bowl games going on, the conference championships, the Hero Challenge in golf. So I just want to be sure on that. All right, so we'll come back to football a little bit. I want to go over some of the other standings right now as we go over to the NBA as we're now reached the 1 quarter mark. Oh, by the way, Steve Davis, I have a thought for you after I'm done with that, if you know what I mean. He knows, he knows. All right, Eastern Conference. The Cavaliers, 21-3. Good Lord. Celtics, a game and a half back at 19-4. Yeah. The Magic, 16-9, 5.5 back. The Knicks are 14-8, 6 back. Not bad. Hawks are 13-11, 8 back. The Bucks are 11-11, 9 back. Kind of a little bit of a letdown, if you ask me. I mean, just not long ago they won the championship, but now they're at mediocrity. Okay, the Heat are 10-10, 9 back. The Nets, 10-13, 11 back. Pacers, 10 and a half back, excuse me. Pacers are 10-14, and the Bulls 10-14, 11 back. What happened to them? Pistons, okay, a slight improvement this year at 9-15 so far, 12 back. I do mean slight. Raptors, 7-16, the 13 and back. Also 13 and back are the Sixers at 6-15. Pretty bad considering they were a playoff team last year. The Hornets, 6-17, 14 and back. And the Wizards, a miserable, pathetic Oh my goodness. 2 and 18, 17 back. Steve, what is wrong with your Wizards? I've never seen a team like that this bad. Well, what's wrong with Steve? I mean, they can't seem to do anything right. Yeah. So like yeah. So anyway, losing has become an epidemic for some of the NBA's cellar dwellers. Last season, the Pistons tied the NBA record for most consecutive losses with 28. In that same season, the Wizards set a new franchise record for most consecutive road because they were with 16. Now, less than a year later, they're still the same team. After a 137, 131, 107 loss to the Mavericks on Thursday, the Wizards lost 16 consecutive games, tying the record. The losses, most part, have not been close either, just two under 10 points. Steve, what are you doing? Yeah, I hear stories. Somebody is, guess it is. No, Steve Davidson is. Nah, somebody's doing it. All right. So, Steve, what is wrong with these Wizards? Yeah, Alex. It's good. I'm glad we agree on that. I mean, really, 2 and 17. I mean, the Pistons. This is like the shade the Pistons from last year. I mean, we're hoping we're going to avoid that. Yeah, Alex, your thoughts on the misery of the Wizards? Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Right. Yes. Okay. Right. Bonsu. Yeah, Bonsu is right. 2 and 18. Uh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Which one? Which Wagner brother though? Which one? Yeah. Welcome back. I think it did. All right, on to the Western. Okay, on to the Western Conference now. Okay. Oklahoma City Thunder, 17 and 5. We got a big logjam here, guys. Listen to this. The Rockets, Mavericks, and Grizzlies are all at 15 and 8, 2.5 back. Not bad. Warriors, 13 and 9, 4 back. Clippers are also 4 back, but they're 14 and 10. Obviously, they played more games. The Suns are 12 and 9 at 4.5 back. The Nuggets are 5 back at 11 and 9. Also, 5 back are the Wolves, but they're 12 and 10. And the Lakers are 12 and 11, 5.5 back. Uh, Lakers, yeah, 12 back. That's not bad. But of course, they got beat up a few days ago with their latest loss. Anyway, Spurs are 11 and 12, 6.5 back. Not bad. Kings, 11 and 13, 7 back. Blazers, 8 and 15, 9.5 back. The Jazz, 5 and 17, 12 back. And the Pelicans, 5 and 18, 12.5 back. Did I miss something else? That's it. All right. So I think the biggest disappointment right now has to be the Washington Wizards. No offense, Steve, but that team is just like trash right now. And they just might break the record. Sorry to say. I mean, don't take my word for it, please. But, at 2 and 18, Diane, I would say it's horrible. Yeah, I would have to say the 72-73 Bullets. Not the Sixers, rather, Sixers. All right, hockey. Ready, guys? All right, yeah. Okay, moving on. You don't think so? I would think it that kind of record it would be. All right, gotta move on though. All right. Yeah. Okay. I gotta move on. The Leafs are 16-8-2 with 34 points. Okay. Yeah. All right. The Leafs are 16-8-2, 34 points. The Panthers are 16-9-2, 34 points as well. The Bruins 15-11-3, 33 points. Oh, sure. After you find Montgomery, now you're doing good. Oh, sure. The Lightning 13-9-2, 28 points. Sorry. The Sabres 11-13-3, 25 points. Senators have 24 points at 11-12-2. Red Wings 10-12-4, 24 points. And the Montreal Canadiens 10-13-3, 23 points. All right, Steve, I got better news for you for your Capitals. They have the lead at 18-6-2, 38 points. So you can't be upset about that, right? Right. But however, however, Ovechkin out for up to, he's out for 4 to 6 weeks. So let me ask you this, Steve. Yeah, he's practicing, but he's still going to be ready. So do you think he can break the record this season, or we'll have to wait? Because even if he does come back 6 weeks from now, I don't think he's going to be scoring goals out of the gate. With that kind of injury, I think he's going to be a little bit stalled for a while. So I don't know if he's going to make it this year. I don't know, Steve. It looks kind of difficult. I think he's going to wait next year to do it. Yeah, 27 goals away. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to come out of the gate right away doing it. He's got to build up. I think he's got to build up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Devils are 38 points at 18-9-2. Good news for Mike and Diane. Hurricanes 17 135 points. Rangers 14-10 129 points. Not great, but not exactly horrible either. The Flyers 12 11 and 4, 28 points. Yeah. Penguins 11 13 and 4, 28 points. The Blue Jackets 11 12 and 3, 25 points. And the Islanders 9 11 and 7, 25 points. Oh boy. I know some people are not happy about that. West. All right. Minnesota Wild, 18-4 and 4, 40 points. The Jets, right behind them, 38 points, 19-8, 19-8-0. Stars, 16-10 0, 32 points. Avalanche, 28 points, 14 13 and 0. Blues, Blues 13 12 and 2, 28 points. Utah, which better get a better name, are 11 11 and 4, 26 points. Predators, 7-14 and 6, 20 points, and the Blackhawks are still the Blackhawks, horrible as they can be, 8-16 and 2, 18 points. What is wrong with Chicago? All right. The West. I was asking the same question. Okay. Okay. The Golden Knights, 18-7 and 3, 39 points. Kings, 15-8 and 3, 33 points. The Canucks, 14-7 and 4, 32 points. The Flames, 13-9 and 5, 31 points. The Oilers are 14-10 and 2, 30 points. The Kraken, which play the Rangers tomorrow, are 13-14 and 127 points. Come on, Rangers, we can beat them. Sharks, 10-14 and 5, 28 points. And the Ducks, 10-12 and 3, 23 points. Okay, that takes care of the standings for the day. All right. So, any thoughts, guys, before we move on to other questions? I just said that. Yes. All right. Yeah, Capitals are doing fine. All right. So let's see here. Say that again. Yeah. There's only one Ovechkin, Steve. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah. Hmm. By the way, guys, I'm actually tuning into a couple games right now. Right now, we got the Southeastern Conference Championship with Georgia and Texas, no score. And for those of you who watch the MLS soccer final, well, I thought it was going to be better news, but right now, LA is up 2-0 over my Red Bulls. Yuck, just disgusting. And these are the two original teams that were in the MLS when they first started back in 1996. Of course, back then they were known as the Metro Stars. So that's a little bit thing on that. Ugh, I like to look. Mhm. Okay. What was that? DC United, LA Galaxy. There was only a few of them though. You know, but it's hard to believe the league has been on for 26 years now. San Jose was there as well. Washington, Philadelphia was a slew of them. All right, so the NBA is returning to yeah, MLS. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, no, yeah, right. Yeah, it is. Right. Okay. I gotta go on. I gotta go on. I have to move on. All right. So, all right. So anyway, uh, all right. Cowboys guard Zach Martin is out for the rest of the season. Head coach Mike McCarthy announced on Thursday that Martin will have surgery on the ankle at sideline 2 weeks ago. He will now miss the remaining 5 games of the season and face an uncertain future because because he's in the final year of his contract. Back in June, said the retirement was possible after the current season. The work needed to recover from the injury will factor into the decision. If the end is near, the thing line for Martin, he will down. He will go down as one of the greatest offensive linemen in league history. He was voted first team All Pro 7 times in his first 10 seasons with the Cowboys, and season 11 meaning well, only the second time in his career that he did not start 14 games the season for the Cowboys. So he's out for the rest of the year. But what do you think? Do you think he's going to come back from the year, or is he going to call it quits? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Sure. Well, what are your chances saying that? Well, of course, Aaron Rodgers. He said he wants to come back and everything, but when you really think about it, he's 41 years old now. He's all banged up and beat up, and not for nothing, but I don't think that next year he should come back. He should have came back this year, to be honest with you. After that Achilles injury that wrecked him in the first game of the 2023 season, I don't think he should come back from this season. So I think it's safe to say that Rodgers should call it quits as well. You know, I mean, it- he has something to prove. Yeah, Matthew. Okay, Matthew and Jimmy are here. I don't think so. Really? Hmm, okay. Okay. Yes. He died. Right. Right. Okay. All right. Anyone else have any thoughts? Yeah. 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 All right. We'll see. 1. 1 year. 1 year. Okay. All right. I gotta move on. Okay. So I'm gonna run down here the list of Heisman Trophy candidates. Now, don't give me a answer, guys. Who's gonna win? We're just gonna run down for it. And next week, tell me who you think is gonna win. Write it down if you need to. Okay. All right. Write it down. Okay. Number one, Travis Hunter of Colorado. No other player in the NCAA has played two positions and consistently and successfully as Travis Hunter of Colorado, who lines up on both sides of the ball. As such, he's played 1,266 snaps, 602 on offense, and 640 on defense, and 24 on special teams. Hey, not bad. More than any player since 2018. And he's been successful on those snaps as well. On defense, Hunter is a receiving weapon with 92 catches for 1,152 yards and 14 touchdowns this season. The second most, the second most in one season in school history. As a cornerback, Hunter has 31 tackles, 11 pass deflections, and a forced fumble, four interceptions. He is the first player since 1980 to record 1,000 receiving yards and three interceptions in one season. Wow. The only other defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy was Charles Woodson back in 1997. Remember that? Taking the majority of his snaps and as a defensive back, but also serving as a kick returner and the occasional wide receiver, logging in 238 yards and three touchdowns. When you think about it, it makes Hunter's done even more impressive. It's number one. Number two. Oh, we're still on here. Colorado's season is over after they beat Oklahoma 52 to nothing on Friday. Oh boy. Hunter is a finalist for the Best Defensive Player of the Year award. in competition with Boise State's running back Ashton Jeanty for the Maxwell Award. That's given the best college football player of the year. Period. Speaking of Ashton Jeanty, Boise State still has one game left, which is going on now in the Mountain West Champion. That was actually last night. Champion against the UNLV Running Rebels, who should stick the basketball. But their standout running back, Ashton Jeanty, has already racked up record rushing yards. He's got 312 carries for 2,228 yards and 28 touchdowns, plus 18 catches for 102 yards and a receiving touchdown. How do you like that? Jeanty is the first player to rush for 125 plus yards in 11 straight games in the same season since Troy Davis did back in 1996 for Iowa State. Oh, yeah. He needs just 2 more rushing yards, 2 more rushing touchdowns to join Barry Sanders as the only player in FBS history with 30 rushing touchdowns and 2,000 yards in a single season. Sanders holds that record with 2,850 yards rushing yards in a season, and that record will never be broken. I don't care what you say; it'll never be broken. His 2,062 rushing yards lead the nation, with its close competitor still 600 yards behind him. Dillon Gabriel of Oregon played at UCF from 2019 to 2021. Can you guys all still hear me, though? Okay, good. All right. Hot dog. Okay. Okay, when he transferred to Oklahoma for the 2022 season, he spent 2 seasons there, racking up 6,028 yards and 55 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in his final year. He transferred to Oregon ahead of this season. He's now led them to a 12-0 season and the Big Ten title game. He leads the conference in passing yards with 3,275 passing yards and 24 touchdowns. He has a shot to pass Case Keenum, 19,217 yards as the NCAA's all-time passing leader. He's currently at 18,140. This is the 5th time in his career that he has over 3,000 yards passing. He set an NCAA FBS record for total touchdowns last month. Okay. And Oregon is the only undefeated team left. All right, so we're down to just 3 now. Okay, we're down to 3. We got Hunter, we got Jeanty, and Gabriel. Like I said, guys, do not give me your thoughts yet. Wait till next week. Like I said, write them down if you have to. I have mine though all set, but I'm not gonna tell. Yeah, tune in next week and you'll find out. All right. Oh yeah, the annual Walter Payton Man of the Year Award has been announced the nominees, and there's a pretty good list here too. So they came out just a few days ago, and each team selects one member for the running of it. The Payton Man of the Year Award celebrates Walter's enduring legacy of excellence on and off the field, said by Commissioner Roger Goodell in this statement. And for once, we agree. The award is the league's most prestigious honor and is proud to recognize all 32 individuals for their positive impact, and they make it the communities every day. I can agree with that even more. Among the nominees is Arizona Cardinals tight end Trey McBride, who has played a big part in helping grow the name of girls flag football in the Phoenix area. Yes, wow. According to his nominee page, he also helped uplift his community with his dedication to promoting literacy and STEM efforts in local schools. Yeah, I can't agree with that. So many of our players go above and beyond in terms of giving back and making a positive impact in our communities, said Cardinals owner Michael Bidwell. Singling out is always challenging, but the work Trey has done in his 3 years as a Cardinal has been exceptional. I have a little bit more on that because I wanted to, for those of you who don't know how this works, I will mention it. If I can just find the article here. Let's see, red December. Yeah, 6th. Okay. Right, because and that'll be announced within the coming days. Mm. Now who's making racket? Oh, here we are. All right. So the award is for the excellence and compassion set by the field. The award is given to the winner of the award will receive a donation of up to $265,000 to a charity of his choice, with each nominee will receive a $55,000 donation to their charities. Hey, not bad. So I'm going to go down this list a bit. I don't know if I can do all of them, but I'll do the best as I can. And remember, each team has one nomination, so is getting left out here. All right, you guys ready for this? Boy, can I get a little more enthusiasm here? Jeez. All right. All kidding aside, guys. All right. So, all right. Walter Payton. Okay. For the Cardinals, we said Terry McBride. The Ravens, Raquan Smith. For the Bills, Dion Dawkins. I'm sure Dion will like that. For the Bears, Andrew Billings. I have to do this for my brother. Sorry. For the Cowboys, despite the injury, Zach Martin. Oh, well. The Lions, Jared Goff. Oh, what a surprise. What a surprise. Mm-hmm. Packers, Kenny Clark. Another good one right there. Uh, the Chiefs. Oh, here's a shock. Travis Kelsey. Oh, what a surprise. Ah, what a shock. Uh, Chargers, Cameron Dicker. I'm not too great on that. Dolphins, Eric Ingold. Even though the Dolphins haven't done anything this year to not write home about. Oh, boy. Patriots, Dietrich Wise Jr., although they're trash. The Giants, Darius Slayton. The Jets, Solomon Thomas. I forget who's still playing. The Eagles, Brandon Graham. The Niners, Curtis Robinson. The Bucks, Mike Evans. Tennessee Titans, Jeffrey Simmons. And the Commanders, Bobby Wagner. Steve, you got to be happy about that. Yeah. Okay. So to continue on here, as I mentioned, oh, by the way, the Man of the Year Award was first established in 1970, but was renamed the Peyton Award in 1999, the year he had passed away. So that was the reason for that. Yowza. That makes it even worse. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're in championship week here, so we're gonna change the schedule a little bit. I'll do the college now. We'll do the football a little bit later on. So we're mixing up a little bit this week, obvious reasons. So let's run down with the remaining games we have here. All right, last night we had. Oh, go ahead. All right, go. My fault. All right. Oh, Diane, trivia. Speak up. Speak up nice and loud. I think it's European. Gridiron. 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 Ah, okay. Association football. All right. I'll take the second one. Mm. All right, go ahead, Die. Okay. Texas 3-0. I think with Germany and Scotland. Germany and Scotland? No. Ah, yeah, right on the border. Okay. The border war. All right. So now move on. All right. Last night began the college championships. UNLV took on Boise State. Boise State won 21-7. I had that. Diane had UNLV. I don't know why, but who else had Boise State besides me? Okay. Yeah. Diane, you had Army, right? Okay, you won that one. 35-14 against Tulane. I took Tulane. I don't know what I was thinking, but I took that. So Diane and I are 1-1, even. Anybody else took Army? Okay. All right. On to today's games. All right, right now. Okay, listen carefully. Listen carefully. Right. All right. On to today's games. Listen carefully right now. Georgia versus Texas. All right, Steve Davidson, who do you got here? Steve Kent. All right. Dan's here. We'll get to you in a little while. All right, Diane. Mike. Alex. Matthew. This line is Jimmy. Roger. And Dana. All right. It's not an easy game, guys. I don't blame you for hesitating. If you got to, flip a coin. But I'm going with Texas for personal reasons. All right. All right. This is not a major game, but it still counts. So listen carefully. Marshall versus Louisiana. Steve Davidson. All right. Okay. Steve Kent. Ooh. All right. Diane. Mike. Alex. Matthew. Jimmy. Roger. Dana. I'm going Marshall. Sorry. All right. Okay. Now, that's Texas. Now, this is a big game here, guys. This is going to be a very hard one to think, so listen carefully. Oregon versus Penn State. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is going to be a good one right here. Steve Davidson, choose carefully. And the rest of you too. All right. Okay, Steve Kent, Diane, Mike, Alex, Matthew. Yeah. Jimmy. Roger. Ooh, we got upset here. Dana. You know what? I'm gonna go Roger in this one. I'm gonna go Penn State. I think they have a chance here. Even if they lose, it's gonna be a close game, no matter what. I'm gonna go Roger on this one. Sorry, guys. The majority doesn't always win, you know. All right. Ooh, 8 o'clock. Another good game here. Both games 8 o'clock. Oh boy. SMU versus Clemson. Steve Davidson. Yes. All right. Clemson with the upset, by the way, Steve. Steve Kent. All right. Diane. Mike. Alex. Alex. Matthew. Jimmy. Roger. And Diane. Dana. I'm gonna go Clemson too. Yeah, I think they got a shot here. And by the way, ASU was just beat up over Iowa State, 45-19. I took ASU. Anybody else take ASU besides me? Yeah, Iowa State. Yeah, yeah. All right, now we're gonna run down the how the playoff system is gonna work. So listen carefully. College playoff first round will go as follows. They'll start on either Friday the 20th or Saturday December 21st. To start off with, in the first round, number 9 plays number 8. Remember, they have not. Some of these have not been announced yet. Some of them have. We'll go through that in a little while. Number 12 versus number 5, 11 versus 6, number 10 versus number 7. That's the first round. Quarterfinals go as follows. Will either be played December 31st or January 1st. The number 1 seed, highest ranked conference champion versus 8 or number 9 winner. Number 4, a seed, fourth highest ranked conference champion takes on the winner of 5 through 12, of course. Number 2 seed, second highest ranked conference champion versus the winner number 7, number 10. You might want to write this down, guys. Number three seed, third highest ranked conference champion versus the winner of number 6 and 11. Semifinals at the Orange Bowl and Cotton Bowl. The number 1 seed takes on 8 and 9. Number one seed 8 and 9 versus winner number 4 seed 5 through 12, and number 2 seed 7-10 winner versus number 3 seed for 6 through 11. Now the bowls get and the hold on, we're going through the schedule right now, and the championship game is Monday, January 20th at 7 o'clock. All right, so let's go. All right, now some of these have the competitors for the match, some of them do not. So just bear with me on that, okay? We're going to start on the 14th, which is next week. The Celebration Bowl, the Cricket Celebration Bowl. What a name! It's the SAWC champion versus South Carolina State. We don't know who won the SWAC championship yet, so we have to wait on that. All right, the Veterans Bowl in Michigan, South Alabama, South Alabama versus Western Michigan. Steve, what do you got? Steve. All right, Steve Kent, Diane, Mike, Alex, Matthew, Jimmy, Roger, Dana. Making it unanimous. Okay. moving along. Where'd I go? Oh, here we are. Okay, I can dump this right now. The Frisco Bowl. Memphis versus West Virginia. That's on the 17th. Steve Davidson. All right. Steve Kent. All right. Diane. Mike. Okay. I think Alex is up. Matthew. Jimmy. Roger. And Dana. Well, I was going to say all the way to Memphis, but okay, I'll go that too. By the way, we're not going to go over all the bowl games today, just like the first week of this, and then next week we'll do the rest, which is also be the which will also be the last show of the season. All right. On the 18th, in the Boca Raton Bowl, we got Western Kentucky versus James Madison. Aha. Steve Davidson. All right. Steve Kent. Sure. Diane. Mike. Alex. Okay, I think I see a pattern forming here. Somewhat. Matthew. Jimmy. Roger. And Dana. Okay, we got unanimous here. All right. Uh, the LA Bowl, a four Pac-12 team versus to be announced later. Okay, so we don't have that. We'll have that next week. All right. The New Orleans Bowl, Georgia Southern, Houston State. Steve Davidson. Steve Kent. Diane, sorry. Mike. Alex. All right. Matthew. Jimmy. Roger. And Dana. Georgia Southern. Yeah, I'm going Georgia Southern too. All right. I'm sorry, it was Sam Houston State. But we're all going Georgia Southern, right? It's Georgia Southern against Sam Houston State. Anybody want to change their minds? Okay. All right. December 20th. Uh, the Cure Bowl. Ohio, Ohio versus Jacksonville State. All right. Steve Davidson. Okay. Steve Kent. Yes. It is the Ohio Bobcats. Okay. Diane. Mike. Alex. All right. Yeah, Matthew. Jimmy. Roger. And Dana. It's my act. Yeah. All right. The Grasparilla Bowl, actually from Sarsaparilla. That's an art. Okay, there have two at-large bids. They have yet to be determined. Remember, guys, all of them will be announced tomorrow. I wonder why it's so. Oh, I know it's also late this year because Thanksgiving was late. That's why it's all messed up. Oh, sure, of course. The first round matchup, like I said, will be on the 20th. The first round games will also be on the 21st at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. And two of those games on TNT and one's on ABC. I like it. I like it. All right. Myrtle Beach Bowl, South Carolina versus an at-large bid on the 23rd. We don't have all the teams yet, so we'll come back to that next week. The Idaho Potato Bowl, the Mountain West versus the winner of the MAC. Right. Hawaii Bowl, or I can say this, Aloha. South Florida versus San Jose State. Steve Davidson. Steve Kent. Ooh. All right. Diane. Mike. 2-1. Yeah. All right. By the way, Texas up 6-0. Oh yeah. All right. Uh, Alex, would I get you? All right. Matthew. We'll say okay. I'll say it again. It was South Florida, San Jose State. I okay. Um, yeah, Jimmy. Roger. Okay, and Dana. Thank you, Dina Warwick. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with San Jose State on that one. Very good, Dana. Very good. And all the rest will be done next week. So we'll have the full list completely. If Thanksgiving was so late this year, we wouldn't have this problem now, would we, folks? Right? Right. But remember, I don't make the schedule. Okay. No, I'm not. All right. Okay. Well, as I was mentioning, the MLS final was today, but there was an award that was handed out just recently. You guys all know who Lionel Messi is, right? Well, you never. Okay. So anyway, Lionel Messi was named the 2024 MLS Player of the Year, adding another honor to his historic career, even though he didn't play, like a full season. Messi accepted the award from MLS Commissioner Don Garber, more than 250 youth academy players, including three of his sons. And my voice is echoing. Okay. He said, I would have liked to receive the award in another honor, in another situation, being able to play in today's MLS Cup final. But that's what soccer is all about, overcoming yourself every day. We had big dreams about becoming champions this year. Well, it didn't happen. But next year we will come back like the $6 million man, bigger, stronger, faster. Miami will be that. Will be that team. Okay. Messi helped Inter Miami set an MLS points record in league history, winning the Supporters Shield in the first half of the season with Miami, but lost to Atlanta in the first round of the playoffs, which ends today between the LA Galaxy and New York. Messi played in 19 of the 34 games this season. He missed 2 months with a right ankle injury that he sustained from that Copa Cup back in July, if you remember that. Despite missing that much time, he still managed 20 goals and 16 assists in the league with 36 goal contributions this season. His 2.18 goal contributions for 90 minutes is also a league record. Messi earned a whopping 38.4% of the vote, beating out Chucho Chiro Hernandez, 33.7%. Portland Timbers Evander, that's what he goes by, 9.2%. DC United Christian Betry at 7.1%. And Messi's teammate Luis Suarez, 2.17% for the league's highest honor. Yeah, I mean, there was controversy that Messi didn't deserve because he didn't play as many games because he was also involved in the America tournament and then was injured. But you can't deny what he did after that. I mean, 20 goals in the season, which is not easy to do in the MLS even this day and age. So yeah, I think it's very deserving of winning the award despite the controversy. So, does anybody else have any thoughts on another award for Messi? Aha, yeah, yes, right, yes, right, of course, right, yeah, sure, okay, be careful, yes. Which reminds me, I have one of my rants about this, so I'm glad. So thank you, Greg. All right, now you all know I have a little bit of a problem with college football when they do their first early games of the year. You have like a top um, FBS team against an FCS team, like Georgia playing against somewhere against Duluth, Minnesota, or whatever the case may be. Well, college basketball, I think, has the same problem because you take the top teams of of the conferences, UCLA, and they play them against like Division two or like Division three schools, and for the most part, it does not make competitive basketball. So Belmont, that too. Well, Belmont's got some respect, but let me show you. Let me give you an example here. I mean, you can't see it because we're on radio, but I'm gonna tell you this right now because some of these matchups, are just like not even competitive when you really think about it. Because I've seen some of the scores in these games, and they are just like a massacre in the making. It is not fun to watch. I mean, yeah, too small, man, too small. Yeah, but I mean, think about it because well, I know, but still, I mean, you're getting your butt kicked on national TV, and that doesn't do much for for your school either. I mean, now I will exclude state rivalries. I will exclude state ri even if you're gonna get destroyed. Yeah, you think so. Yeah, but I'm a person who prefers quality type games, and when you play, like, UCLA going up against, say, Wichita State or Omaha, it does not make for competitive basketball, Alex. It does not make for competitive basketball. Yeah, but they have to be sure, but they gotta be blowouts? Do they have to be like 118 to 46 or something? I mean, look, I know okay, but my point is this, Alex. I know, but look yeah, but the thing is though that yeah, well, still. Yeah, but still, I mean, they need to be competitive though, and well, for the most part, the games aren't competitive. Yeah, Rangers start out good too, but look at them now. Ugh, I mean, Rutgers started out good this year, and now they're just falling apart. So they gotta get their idea now too. Yeah. All right. So we'll move on. Okay. Where do we want to go? All right. And, okay. For the Rangers, hold on. I gotta go back because the Rangers, the New York Rangers, who are mediocre right now, they made some moves today. So I'm gonna take care of that right now. And for those of you who are Ranger fans, I think you know what I'm gonna be discussing. All right, let's go to today's notes here. The New York Rangers have found a taker in Jacob Trouba. They're shipping him to the Mighty Ducks. Oops, the Anaheim Ducks. Sorry. In return, the Rangers will receive a defenseman, Euro Valkonen, and a fifth round pick in 2025. Even more important, the Ducks will take on Trouba's $8 million salary cap, the charge for the rest of the season, and the next. That jumps the Rangers' cap space to more than 8.5 million and puts them on pace to accrue more than 27 million before the trade deadline on March 7th. That according to Puckpedia. Yes, that does yes. Puckpedia is real. The deal became final after Trouba was held out of the morning skate just ahead of last night's game against the Penguins, which they won 4-2. Thank goodness. So yeah, Trouba isn't doing his job with the Rangers. I think it was a smart move for the Ducks, and I think maybe this defensive that might help. That might help us because we need help on the defensive side. So I'm in favor of this. I'm sorry, Trouba, you got to go. Anybody else have any thoughts? Yeah. Yes. All right. Um. Actually, they just said it was a fifth round pick. They didn't say anything about conditional. Okay, from what I read though, it didn't say that, but I believe it is a conditional pick, so I'll buy that. Right. I just gotta find it, but I don't. I think I have it right now. So if I find it, I'll come back. Oh, yeah. You mean Igor? You mean Igor, right? Igor Sheskin. Now the highest paid goaltender in the league after signing an 8-year, $92 gazillion deal, according to multiple reports. The announcement comes from a busy day for the Rangers after sending Trouba to the Ducks. The new contract does not take effect though till next season, so don't get your hopes up too high right now. Shishkin has 11.5 million cap hit, puts him ahead of Carey Price at 10.5 million, who is on the injured list right now. The previous top pay among active goaltenders is Panthers Stanley Cup winner Sergei Bobrovsky, who averages 10 million. Igor turned down an 8-year, 80 million, an 8-year, $88 million deal won by the Vezina Trophy in the 21-22 season. All I can say is, what are you nuts? You turned down 8 years, 88 million? What? That's a lot of money to give up, pal. In his first season, the number one goaltender, he ranked second overall in wins with 117 over the last 3 seasons, and the Rangers finished with the best regular season record last season, only to choke in the conference finals. as the President's Trump Trophy, as the President's Trump Cup Trophy curse continues. Of course, yeah. Right now, we need some of that. All right, we'll go to the NFL right now. All right. Well, that was a great game on Thursday. Gotta tell you that right now. Back and forth, and it came down to the final second of the game as the Lions beat the Packers 34-31. I knew it was gonna be a great game, to be honest with you. I mean, these two division rivals have been going at each other for since the dinosaur era, and I knew it was gonna be a great game. I took the Lions. Did anybody else take the Lions besides me? Or did somebody go at Green Bay? Who went with Green Bay? All right, wait. State your name if you went with Green Bay. Well, gee, it was Green Bay and the Lions. No, 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 no. Who went? No, whoever went with Green Bay, state your name. Whoever did win, that was Thursday night. Okay, all right. Okay, so many of us, I think, went with Detroit, right? Okay, all right. On to this week: Jaguars, Titans. Steve Davidson. Really? Yeah, I guess so. Uh, Steve Kent. Yeah. Oh boy. Right. Yes. Man. All right, Mike, Alex. All right. Uh, Jimmy, Roger. Yeah. And Dana. Titans too. Okay. Another snooze fest. The Jets against the Dolphins. Steve Davidson. Steve Kent. Okay. Diane. Mike. Alex. Jimmy. Jimmy. Roger. And Dana. Jets and Dolphins. Okay. I gotta go with the Dolphins. I'm sorry. All right. Dirty Birds. Vikings. Steve Davidson. Steve Kent. Okay. Diane. Mike. Alex. Jimmy. Roger. And Dana. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. All right. Okay, Saints and the Giants. Oh boy. All right, Steve Davidson. Diane. Mike. Roger. Jimmy. Alex. Steve Kent. And Dana. I'm going with the Saints. All right. Okay. Panthers, Eagles. Steve Davidson. This should be an easy one. Steve Kent. Diane. Mike. Alex. Jimmy. Of course. Roger. And Dana. I'm still going to go with the Eagles anyway. All right. Browns, Steelers. Steve Davidson. No, yeah, Steve Kent. Diane. Mike. Alex. Jimmy. Roger. Right. And Dana. Steelers it is. Bills, Rams. Oh, gee, who should I go with first? Diane. Gotta be official, you know. Steve Davidson. Right. Steve Kent. All right. Mike. Alex. Roger. Ooh. Jimmy. Dana. Gotta go with the Bills. All right. Bears, 49ers. Steve Davidson. Okay. Steve Kent. Okay. Diane. Mike. Alex. Okay. Jimmy. Okay. Roger. And Dana. I'll go with the 49ers. Chargers, Chiefs. Oh, this should be a breeze. All right. Steve Davidson. Okay. Steve Kent. Ha ha ha. Right. Diane. I thought you'd say that. Mike. Alex. Yes. Okay. Uh, Jimmy. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Roger. Roger. And Dana. Okay. But I'm going with the Chiefs anyway. And finally, the Bengals versus the Cowboys. Steve Davidson. Thank you. Steve Kent. All right. Diane. Ooh. All right. Mike. Alex, Jimmy, Jimmy, of course. Uh, Roger and Dana. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Uh, and we do have some bye weeks left. That'll be the Broncos, the Colts, the Commanders, Ravens, Texans, and the team I refer to as them, the Patriots. You know I don't look that down, do you? Yeah. The team I commonly refer to as them. All right. So on to baseball now, the hot stove era. Shane Bieber, Justin Bieber's third cousin, will resume his career with the only team he's ever known, that is the Guardians. The ace, who is recovering from Tommy John surgery, agreed on Friday to sign a 1 year, $14 million deal with a $16 million option for 2026, that according to ESPN. But he is not expected back till mid-season, obviously from Tommy John surgery. The deal reportedly pays Bieber $10 million for 2025 with a $4 million buyout. In regards to the New York Post, Bieber has had offers elsewhere, but chose to stay with the Guardians. Bieber became an All-Star in 2018 and a Cy Young winner in 2020, but has struggled to stay healthy since then. Shame. He missed the first half of 2021, well, half of the 2021 season, with a muscle strain in his right shoulder, and spent 2 months on the injured list with elbow inflammation and went under the knife to repair his UCL in April of this season. Ugh, boy, that's nasty. All right, Mets fans, I got some good news for you. So, Mike, listen up carefully. Former Yankee reliever Clay Holmes signed a 3 year deal with your New York Mets. Oh, how nice. That's according to the New York Post. But the contract has not been signed yet, so you have to wait. Holmes pitched for the Yankees this past season with a respectable 3.14 ERA in 63 innings. Although Holmes lost his closing role to the eventual AL champions, he still managed to log a career best 30 saves in 63 innings pitched. Holmes struck out 63 batters and walked 21. Very respectable. The Mets intend to use Holmes as a starter next season, reports the Post. He came up for the Miners as a starter and made 4 big league starts in 2018, but hasn't done that since. Since then, several relievers have transitioning to the rotation in recent years, most notably Seth Lugo, Ronaldo Lopez, and Michael King have done that as well. He will join a revamped rotation with Cody Zenga, newly acquired Frankie Montez, Paul Blackburn, and one or both of either David Peterson and Tyler Miguel. So, Mike, you got to be happy about this. I mean, and of course, the Mets won the division title. So this might be able to wrap them up and maybe get past the next version, possibly. So you got to be happy about this acquisition, right? That's what I said. So you got to be happy about that. I would think you would. Yes. All right. By the way, for those of you who missed that game last night, let me just give you some numbers on Ashton. He rushed for 209 yards and a touchdown as well. Boise State beat up on UNLV. Sorry, Di. And then won the Mountain West title for the second straight year. Boise State at 12-1 gets a first round bye if it maintains its ranking ahead of the Big 12 winner and finishes as one of the 4 highest ranked conference champions. In January, when we were playing tug of war on the field, that being Boise State, talked about what they want to do this season, said Coach Spencer Danielson. They won a conference championship and made the postseason. Well, it worked. Jennings ripped off a 75-yard touchdown run. It was his fifth touchdown this season from 70 or more yards, tying LaDainian Tomlinson's FBS record. So that goes back away. Jedney also passed, listen to this, guys, he also surpassed 1981 Heisman winner Marcus Allen of USC for fourth, and needs only 132 yards to pass Barry Sanders for the all-time record. And Sanders played at Oklahoma State. Now that's saying something. When you can surpass Marcus Allen and maybe Barry Sanders. I mean, this kid might be something special here. Oh boy. I think the same thing week after week, Jenny said, of the Heisman hype. Not only is it one of the best teams in the nation, but I also have one of the best players in the nation. And I'm not going to argue with that. I mean, I think Jenny's got something special here, and I think he is one of the best players in the nation based on that. So, I think it might be a shoe maybe to win the Heisman um, this year. But I'm not saying anything right now. UNLV did finally score in the fourth, third one touchdown by Greg Burrell. Quarterback Hajay Mark Malik Williams led the UNLV offense with 110 yards passing and 56 yards rushing. I hate to say it, but stick to basketball. You're better at that. Sorry. All right. Well, the comic tragedy of the Jets continues this season as more injuries pile up. The Jets are now at 3-9 and will be on two of their young stars against the Dolphins tomorrow. The Jets will be without running back Breece Hall and quarterback Sauce Gardner, as they are doubtful. Okay. That according to ESPN. Players given the doubtful, that's just using two key players on both sides of the ball against the Dolphins. In addition, linebacker CJ Mosley is headed to the injured reserve list after a season filled with injuries. Hall, like most of the Jets players, had a disappointing season. He fumbled twice in last week, losing one as he tried to play through a knee injury, which I don't think was a very smart thing to do. Thank you very much. Hall has 692 rushing yards in 12 games this season and only one game with 100 yards rushing. There is little reason for the Jets to keep paying him when he's so banged up, and since the Jets are now clearly out of the playoff picture. Rookie Braylon Allen, a fourth round pick, will take over as the primary backup role if Hall is unable to go, and he is probably not going to play anyway. So you're going to have to go another running back, but it's just, it's too little too late anyway, even if they do run the table. The Jets, were looking promising in the beginning of the season and may make a playoff spot, but they have done nothing as usual. So it's another season in the toilet for the Jets. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean, every year though, it's the same story. You think they're going to do something, and they don't. Okay. Yeah. 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 So anyway, I want to touch base on that Lions game that was on 30. I was on Thursday night. The score was even at 31. So after Zane Anderson stopped David Montgomery on third and inches, everyone thought that head coach Dan Campbell would turn back to Jack Bates to kick a go-ahead field goal. Right? Wrong. Instead, Campbell dialed up another Montgomery run. The running back, okay, burst through the line for a 7-yard gain and positioned the Lions to run the rest of the time off the clock. That allowed Bates to enter with 2 seconds left in regulation for a 34-31 win. And a great game was at that. Still 2-1 LA. Yuck. The move by Campbell was no doubt a bold one, but it's not the only bold move he's made during the season. The Lions went 4 for 5 on fourth downs. The only failure to set up a go ahead score for the Packers, but ultimately Campbell's defensive strategy paid it off. The Lions now move to 12-1 with a victory, and officially clinch a playoff spot. No surprise there, of course. Meanwhile, the Packers are at 9-4 despite a strong offensive showing, and will not have a realistic chance now to win the North Division title. The Lions are 3 games ahead of the Packers with 4 games left, and they hold the tiebreaker as well. So now the Packers on the sell for a wildcard spot if they can get it. Yeah. Thoughts on that, Mike? Yeah, but it was a tough game though. So, but in the end, the Lions were. But unfortunately, they also have some bad news because they suffered an injury as where'd it go? Yeah, their secondary unit because they lost safety Evan Williams in the first half of the game with a concussion. The rookie safety did not went back to the locker room in his own power, but did not return to the game. Zay Anderson, who played 8 snaps on defense entering the game this season, replaced Williams. So a little bit of the ugly side after that. The Packers also lost defensive Jaden Bulliard in the second half with a right ankle injury that required him to use crutches on his way out of the locker room after the game. Oh boy. So they got banged up here. But that's football for you, folks. Okay. Corbin Burns, initially he's ready. Corbin Burns is drawing interest from the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, Orioles, and Giants. A report from the New York Post said that. Mike Puma of the Post report Wednesday the Yankees spoke to Burns last month. Burns is coming off a stellar season with the Orioles, pitching a 2.92 ERA with 191.1 innings and 181 strikeouts. Not bad. Okay, and Burns came over to the AL East in a trade with the Brewers when he won the 2021 Cy Young with a 2.43 ERA. Not bad. And right now it's still 6-3 Texas. Late in the second quarter, we got a flag down. Up and possible interception from Texas. Maybe. Nah, I think it's coming back though. I think there's a holding call. I don't think it's a hold. Let's see what the call was, guys. Yeah, it could come any day now. You think it's gonna go? Cooper has will go with the Mets. Yeah. Uh, second down. Pass interference call on Texas. Okay, so that's coming back. Pass interference on Texas. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a safe bet for him to go to the Mets. So I think you're right. All right. Yeah. Yes. Yes. No, I don't think it's gonna be that much. I thought it was only gonna be like about maybe 600 million or something like that. I don't think it was gonna be topping his record. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, I want to get your thoughts on something though. From last week's game, what happened with Trevor Lawrence and that hit by uh, Aziz Al Shazir. He got suspended 3 games for that vicious hit, whether it was intentional or not. Do you think maybe that was too easy on him? Do you think he should have been suspended for the rest of the season and maybe fined as well, or do you think the punishment fit the crime here? Because from what I saw, it looked pretty vicious, and I think it was intentional. So I think Shazier got off a little bit easy. Think so? There's 5, but yeah, I well, do you think it was intentional or no? No. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It is. You're right. Well, yeah. Well, right. Well, I mean, there was a lot of because there was a lot of flack on this one, and it said, well, like he repeated because he has repeated this violation several times, and apparently he hasn't learned his lesson. So there was a lot of controversy, and there was a write up about this for what happened on this. It was a letter from the NFL Vice President of Operations, John Rankin. He noted that the linebacker had multiple offenses for personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct. So he says in the game against the Jaguars, Algier late in the second quarter, he was involved in a play that the league considers unacceptable and a serious violation of playing rules. The video showed Al Shazier striking the head and neck area of Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence in the head and neck area, and clearly showed he clearly goes down in a feet first slide. You then leave your forearm and helmet and deliver a forceful blow to the head and neck area of your opponent, and you had space and time to avoid such contact. Strike number one. Your lack of respect for the game of football and those who play and watch something is troubling and does not reflect our core values of the league. You completely disregard the health and safety, plus you and your opponents in jeopardy, and will not be tolerated. So this looks to be pretty serious. I think he's got way too easy. I think the president of operations was right on that because he's a repeat offender, and that was a vicious hit. The next game he'll be eligible for is week 17, week 18, on January 5th against the Titans. In the last game of the season. And I got a comment here. Sure. Yes. Yeah, I believe it was. When I saw it, it looked like a targeted hit. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, enough. Yeah. Enough of that. Oh, Steve, that's Steve Davidson. I got some on you about Austin Eckers. Yeah. Uh, yeah, 8-5 this 8-5 this season, and was marred by two concussions, placing him with the second placing him on the injured list. Washington thinks that he's still experiencing from his latest concussion from back in November. He says he doesn't remember anything starting from when he was injured up until he was placed in an ambulance en route to the hospital, said by the Athletic. Eckler experienced similar memory loss after suffering the first concussion in week 3. In addition, ongoing symptoms from his most recent concussion, Eckler is also dealing with neck pain. He said that it's not been he said, and it has not been clear of concussion protocol, but hopes to be back soon. Back in 2011, the NFL adopted game day concussion diagnosis and protocol as a way to help ensure players recover from concussions before returning to the field. The concussion program is a protocol is a 5-step process that players must pass before being cleared medically to play. The league also adopted rules to help reduce concussions, including making significant changes to the season to kickoffs. In October, the NFL said there was 24% decrease in concussions that compared to last year. The 44 concussions in preseason were lower than the 91 concussions during the 2017 preseason. Okay, it's made progress, but it's still not enough. I mean, think about it. I mean, I know it's part of the game. You're going to get hit and stuff, but concussions are very serious, and if you suffer enough, you're going to be in serious pain as you go on. So while they have made some progress, it's still a pretty big number. Yeah. So, but I'm glad they're making progress, but it's still not enough. Yeah. Well, exactly. Yes. Right. Okay. One more note here before we wrap up. The WNBA has announced its season for 2025, highlighted by the 2024 draft picks of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, along with new expansion team, the Golden State Valkyries, the first new team since 2008. The Valkyries will host the LA Sparks on opening night, May 16th, and Indiana hosts Chicago on May 17th. The opening weekend will include a finals rematch of the Vegas Aces and the defending champion New York Liberty on the 17th. Oh, yeah. And will raise the championship banner on that day. I can't wait for that. Both teams will face each other on July 8th and August 13th. Dallas, who holds the rights to Paige Buchers, the number one draft pick, will host FC Collier and the Minnesota Lynx on May 16th and is scheduled to play Caitlin Clark and the FIFA 4 times during the season. The WNBA The WNBA schedule expanded to 44 games next year. The regular season run from May 16th to September 11th, and the All-Star game we played on July 19th. One change in the postseason this year that the finals will be played as a best of 7 series rather than the best of 5. Makes sense right there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that matchup against the Liberty and the Aces in last year's in the final that happened a few weeks ago. And the Liberty pulled out in 5 games. Oh, what a moment that was! So, you know, yeah, it was. Yeah. For the first time since 1973, New York has something to celebrate in basketball. Oh yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Jimmy, you seem to be kind of interested in that. You seem to something to spark your interest in that. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Had they given it to Caitlin, I mean, she really made the league, come alive this year. But remember, she's got to do one thing. She's got to watch those turnovers, man. Oof. I mean, because she did commit a lot of that. I know rookie mistakes, but still. Yeah. Yeah. Then it should be fine. Then I think you're fine. All right. Yeah. Okay. Uh, it's the end of the world as we know it. Okay. Thing. Anybody have any thoughts on next week's Army Navy game? Because that's the final game of the regular season. Anybody have any thoughts on that before I do this week in history? Okay, next week. Okay, next week. All right. 1937, the Red Sox acquired the contract of a 19-year-old future star named Ted Williams, the Yankee nemesis, of course. 1939, New York Yankee legend Lou Gehrig is elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame only 6 months after his retirement. I guess the rules were different back then. 6 months. Oh wait, Gehrig was dying of ALS, of course. Right. All right. On to more modern history. 1957, Tony Kubek of the Yanks was selected as AL Rookie of the Year. 1973, Orioles sell pitcher Eddie Watt to the Phillies. That's with two T's, by the way. Uh, 1985, 51st Heisman Trophy Award goes to, I think some of you guys remember this name, Bo Jackson. That name rings a bell to some of you, right? Yep, yep. Bo knows football. That's for sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Australian Open women's tennis. Martina Navratilova beat my favorite, Chris Everett Lloyd, 6-2, 4-6, 6-2 for third and final Australia singles crown. Now it's held in January. Okay. 1988, the Texas Rangers signed free agent pitcher Nolan Ryan to a 1-year contract. Right. 19, yeah. 1988, the Islanders fire head coach Terry Simpson and replace him with former coach Al Arbor. Yeah. Right. Yuck. 1996 in the Big 12 championship game, Texas beat Nebraska 37-27. That same year in the SEC championship, Florida beat Alabama 45-30. Whoa, Nelly, they lost. Okay. 2002 in the SEC championship game, Georgia beat Arkansas 30-3, no contest. 2013 SEC championship, Georgia beat Missouri or Missouri 59-42. Which case is Missouri. All right. In the ACC championship game in 2013, Florida State beat Duke 45-7. What are they doing now? That's wrong. 2017, I think I remember this story. Former U.S. gymnast physician Larry Nassar is sentenced to 60 years in prison on child pornography charges. You idiots. Yeah. 2020, breaking the competitive form of breakdancing confirmed as Olympic sport for the 2024 Paris Games. And I think you're all nuts. Get out of here. And Cristiano Ronaldo won his fifth and second consecutive award of the Balloon Deal Real Award. That's like the MVP for soccer, equal Lionel Messi's record. Okay, well, we're just out of time. Remember, next week we'll keep up with the college football bowl games as they'll be complete. We'll run down the Heisman Trophy. Give me your winners next week on that one. Um, and also, of course, I would like you to give some of your holiday wishes next week. Don't tell me them now. Tell me next week because that is, of course, our last show of the season, and then we'll resume in January. So, on that note, we're going to wrap it up because we got Rasal coming up. And I'll join him momentarily. So, on that note, good night and have a good week.